Good morning. It's Friday, October 23rd. And this morning I want to talk to you about a drug dealer. This is not a normal drug dealer. This is not a guy standing on a corner selling some dope. This is a huge pharmaceutical company, Purdue Pharmaceuticals, who just settled with the government for an $8 billion settlement for the practices that they use to push the drug OxyContin. Now, OxyContin is a highly addictive opioid, and Purdue Pharma used many illegal methods to push the sale of this drug. And this drug was one of the leading causes of the opioid crisis in this country, where over 450,000 people died from this. And Purdue Pharma made billions and billions of dollars. So they have settled. They have pleaded guilty to 3 federal criminal charges as part of an $8 billion settlement with the Justice Department. But there are many states in this country that are not happy with this particular deal. They think that Purdue Pharma and the Sackler family, who are the sole owners of this company. This is not a company that has traded on any stock exchange. This is a family-owned business, and they were making billions of dollars. And in my opinion, getting away with murder. And over the course of eventually ending up with this guilty plea, the Sackler family funneled billions of dollars into trusts in offshore accounts. So the fact that they've agreed to pay $8 billion and $225 million in a separate fine is nothing compared to what they probably hid in these foreign bank accounts. And they also in 2019 declared bankruptcy to avoid having to pay all this money. But they couldn't get away with all of it. And even though they pled guilty to the federal charges, they are still open to being sued privately after this settlement is over with. But the way they've set up all this money, if you sue them privately, you're not going to get a dime because they've created all kinds of trusts. Now, you would think that Purdue Pharma is going out of business, but they're not. The government is going to take over the operation of their business, and they're going to continue to sell pharmaceuticals to the general public. And the money that they make in this government-controlled business is going to be used to pay off the claims of the millions of people who are going to be entitled to money from Purdue Pharma. So the government is going to take over running the drug business. And so Purdue is not going out of business, but it will be a government-controlled entity. And then it continue to sell OxyContin, plus a wide variety of other drugs. And then that money is going to be distributed to the public based upon some formula that I haven't seen yet. Now, can you imagine a drug dealer who's standing on the corner selling bags, getting off this lightly, paying a fine that is nowhere near the amount of money that he made on that street corner? No, that wouldn't happen. That guy would be shipped off to jail. But Purdue is getting away with murder because not only were they responsible for the drug epidemic, not totally responsible, but a big player in it. In addition to producing this evil drug, they use marketing practices that are not acceptable, that were actually against the law. They paid off doctors and pharmacies to push their drug. Now that's very bad. And that's a mild word. Bad is a mild word. So in my mind, the Sackler family is nothing more than high-class drug dealers. And they belong in jail. They shouldn't be allowed to keep all the money they made. And all that overseas money that's being hidden, we should be going after every penny. It's unconscionable that a pharmaceutical company, any pharmaceutical company, can rip the public off. But Purdue went above and beyond just ripping the public off, using shady marketing practices to push an evil drug, a dangerous drug. And what are they getting off with? They're being fined $8.3 billion, which is a drop in the bucket. It's a bigger drop in the bucket because they declare bankruptcy and they probably won't have the money to pay off the $8.3 billion. And yes, the company will be run by the government for a couple of years, and all the money they make will be distributed to the millions of people that will file claims because of the evils of OxyContin. So there's something wrong with our justice system. If this is the best we can do to a company that contributed to the deaths of 450,000 people, a company that was able to hide billions of dollars overseas. And there's no plan. There's no plan to get that money. Of course, they've settled for this $8.3 billion. The only hope is that the states, which didn't go along with the Department of Justice, will figure out a way to get that money. And let us hope that the Sacklers end up in the poorhouse or in jail, because what they did to this country was evil. So that's the story, and I will see you in the morning, as usual. Bye.